Yeah, I think he would. Him in the little pink shirt.
I don't know the order, no.
The donut was delicious. By the way.
Yeah, let me know at 11 o'clock at night how it is for it.
Yep.
I'll call you.
I'll be up. I'll be up.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. The 580th meeting of the Planning Board of the Village of Depew will come to order. Could we please rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Member Soha?
Here.
Member Federowitz?
Here.
Member Matusik?
Here.
Member Spencer? Chairman Matejewski?
Here. Notification of emergency exits.
The emergency exits are located to my left and to the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exits and evacuate the building.
Thank you. We have 3 items on the agenda for tonight. The first item will be for the property located at 3106 Walden Avenue. Can we have the legal notice, please?
Please take notice that the Village of Depew Planning Board will hold a meeting on Thursday, August 6, 2026 at 7 p.m. Pre-board meeting begins at 6:30 p.m. in the conference room in the council chambers of the municipal building, 85 Manitou Street, Depew, New York, to consider the following applications. 3106 Walden Avenue, application submitted by David Heath of Pure Performance for property located at 3106 Walden Avenue, Depew, New York. He is requesting the following. A special use permit for the operation of an automotive repair shop and automotive sales. The zoning for this property is C2 Shopping Center District.
Who's here representing the project? If you could come to the podium, please. If for the record, state your name and your relationship to the project.
David Heath, and I'm the owner.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Heath, could you give this board an overview of what you are proposing?
Basically, super simple. I just repair cars and kind of buy and sell cars on the side. Not really like a crazy used car dealership kind of thing, more of just like cool stuff, you know, kind of rarity stuff. And that's really it. We also do like, we detail cars. That's really it.
So did you purchase this property or are you just leasing it?
I'm under contract rent to buy where the owner of the property is holding the mortgage.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did purchase it, yes.
Okay. What are your days and hours of operation going to be?
9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And on Saturday, it's 9 to noon.
Okay. And in your submittal, you're talking about some car sales, and you did show on your plan for 6 spots for vehicles.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking to be your maximum?
Yeah, honestly, I don't really see me even having that many at once. I'm just, I do everything myself. I do all the repair stuff and everything myself. I don't really have some like big, you know, employees or anything like that. So
Okay.
6 is plenty.
Okay. What about any kind of tire work? Are you going to be doing any replacing of tires or?
Currently, we don't have tire machines. I actually moved my shop from Alden to here, and I removed tire machines just because for my type of business, it's more of a hassle than it's worth to order them and, you know, have them delivered, take the old ones, dispose of the old ones, store the old ones. Most people in my field of business were like, it's like specialty work on like higher end cars. They bring their own, you know, nice tires and wheels like already done usually.
Okay. Yeah, because that's been an issue for us with some of the used car lots is the storing of the used tires,
Yeah.
scrap tires.
Yeah, if I was
Trying to get away from that.
Yeah, if I was to do that, I welcome anyone to come look at my repair shop. It's insanely clean and organized, and even if we did do tires, we have a huge backyard and like a side fenced-in area. You would never even know they're there.
That was going to be my next thing, was your rear property there.
Yeah.
It does need a little cleaning up. There's a couple truck tires back there and some shelvings.
Yeah, there's like 4 tires sitting there. We just, we don't have machines, so I have to pay someone to come and like junk them. When I first got the property in March, we had like a huge dumpster. That was like the one thing they were like, we can't take that.
And the tank that's back there, what was that used for? Are you going to be using it for anything?
Yeah, that is my waste oil
Waste
tank,
oil?
where it gets
Okay.
pumped from the inside to outside and it's stored right there. And Safety Clean and NOCO Environmental, I have accounts with both of them, and that's who empties it out.
You're not heating with
No,
waste oil?
no, I have overhead gas heaters. Yeah.
And I know one thing that we discussed in the pre-meeting, and probably will be one of the requirements when we take the vote tonight, but we would like to see that dumpster moved to the other side of the building, just because of the close proximity to that residential structure next door.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's a big deal.
No.
I think for you, it would probably be better over there anyway.
Honestly, Waste Management came and they suggested that because of their truck. They're like, our truck could easily grab it and just like leave, but I never even thought that it would,
Yeah, we're just concerned about the
Infringe on-
residential property next door.
yeah, I never even thought of that, but
Questions from the board members?
Yeah, what kind of cars are you doing? What kind of specialty cars?
we're like a high-end performance shop, and it's usually BMW, Audi, Mercedes. Sometimes we get cool stuff on the higher end, like Porsche, Lamborghinis, stuff like that.
Do you generate a lot of noise from those repairs or anything by any chance?
Not like you would think. Like I
Okay.
said, we're not I welcome anyone to stop in anytime. It's like very clean and organized, and
I go by there all the time. I walk. my
yeah,
dog.
we're not like your typical car shop where it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you walk in and the floor is sticky and there's crap everywhere, and you know, my shop, it almost looks like no one works in there. How clean we keep it, and that's how I like it. And same thing with the noise. I have a relationship with the neighbor, and you know, if I'm like, I don't make noise past like 8, 9 o'clock, which I do for him because I know he has a family and stuff.
Any other questions from the board members? Legal, Sam?
Yes. So I had a question and it escaped me as you were talking about your shop and how neat it is. And
Was it about the dumpster corral itself, or?
I was going to ask if you have a dumpster permit or if you're exempt from our local law on that. I don't know if that came up for you guys, Don, in your review.
Well, no, anytime a new business goes in, when we do this, we require them to put a dumpster corral and not just a dumpster, moving it.
Yeah, and actually, I only got the dumpster because when I acquired the property, I didn't have garbage cans. My neighbor took them.
As a commercial business, you're probably not on the garbage route. You would need to
They
acquire
they
your
wouldn't
own
let you
dumpster anyway.
because you're being a commercial business.
Yeah.
That's
Just
not
for
our
like-
policy, that's,
For like normal trash, though?
pardon?
Just for like normal trash?
Well, because you're a commercial business, they don't consider it to be that.
Oh.
That, this isn't our policy, this would be
Yeah.
waste
Modern.
management, or
Modern.
modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their, I mean, you could talk to them if you could convince them that, and you just have to get something in writing from them to give to us, and then it probably could be able to accommodate you, but that's usually their policy.
Yeah, because they were there, because I talked to the previous owner, and he was like, yeah, we had 2, and then the neighbor behind me, he has like 6 cans now, so I was like, I assume he just
Yeah.
helped the place sat empty for however long. I assume he just was like, yeah, no one's using these, I'll take them.
And they don't keep
I'm sorry, keep going in what you ask us.
Yeah.
Oh, Samuel, you're good?
There was, if it comes back to me, I'll let you know. I don't think it was too important.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead, Dan, you're up.
There's nobody else got any questions right now? Because this is a survey, if you want to come over, I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick.
Yeah.
So we have what's called a line of sight here. Nothing from the corner can be in 35 foot from each side. This line of sight, that's for traffic coming through here. Now, I'm just going by your survey, so it'll cut off this one parking spot. But if the road is out further, we could line it off at that point, and I'll show you where your 35 foot of line of sight is. It may not affect this at all, but just in case, all right? So you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah, and I put on there, I put these here because we don't use those driveways because you'll probably die if you're not careful trying to use those. 'cause-
Yeah, you're gonna enter, I know what you were doing. there.
Yeah, so even if I kind of just eyeballed this, I didn't like go out there and measure them
Yeah.
out, but they'd probably just be moved down.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that the
Okay.
line of sight is a real thing, and it could affect the way you have this right now.
Yeah.
More than likely, it won't, because we're going by your property line, but if the sidewalks and the road's back here,
I'll
we
see
go
that.
by the 35 foot of the road, not of your property.
Yeah, the property only goes to the sidewalk.
No, your property line is whatever this line is when you take this measurement, 67.55 feet. So it could be the sidewalk, it could be in a little bit from the sidewalk, you know.
I got that grass.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, and this
I'm just letting you know
doesn't
that
show
that could affect it, but I don't think it will. But I just
Okay.
wanted to point it out to you.
If I measure from the corner of the road,
So it's the road itself, so where the
yeah,
curb is,
yeah,
you square it off where they would both meet if you drew, and then 35 foot in both directions. Anything in between there, you're not allowed to park. Nothing
Okay.
could be in there.
okay,
Okay?
yeah.
I remember my question. Just because your business is called Heath Racing, you're not planning any car shows or events at the
No.
facility, are you? We had an issue with another business, very popular local business, but they kind of went rogue on us and had a bunch of car shows, and we had to get involved. So.
No, we're real respectful of the community stuff. Like even all the high-end car stuff we do, we don't like speed around or we don't do like burnouts and stuff like that.
Okay.
Customers really don't appreciate that kind of stuff, and that's like not very professional.
I agree. No, I'm more talking about just, like a car and coffee, mini car and coffee kind of thing.
Yeah,
Something like that,
No.
there's permitting through the village.
kind of strange. I don't even like people at my place like that.
Yeah, you want to keep it neat, I guess.
Yeah, someone will like litter or something. I'll be like, get that out of
You
here.
don't wanna do
All
a
right,
touch
yeah.
a truck
So
with all the
a business
forces
owner
and
that doesn't want
stuff.
people.
No.
I've got one.
I told you it was an Special easy myself. question.
With the rent-to-own contract that you've got going on, in that contract, are you assuming all responsibility for the property?
Yeah.
Does the landlord have any tie to what you're doing, the property grounds?
Nothing at all.
Okay, so you're assuming all responsibility in
Yep,
this?
they just, we're under contract, they hold the mortgage for 3 years until I can, I've only been open for like 4.5 years, and I needed one more year of sales tax to show that my business is profiting year after year after year, to go to a bank
Get a loan.
and get a
Gotcha.
loan to buy
Okay.
it myself,
Okay.
but yeah.
Anything else, Kate?
No, that's all I've got.
Chief, any fire?
No, just immediate emergency contacts, everything in the packet, right, I assume? So if, like, after hours of business, if we get a fire alarm activation there, obviously the dispatch will call whoever's listed on there for key holders, just to get you to respond to come.
I did submit, I forget what it's called, but basically just,
Yeah.
it's for the police department.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as we have your contact information, so if, we get a call there, and obviously if there's no visible smoke or fire, we're
Yeah,
not gonna bust down any doors or bust any windows, right?
So he, just to answer your question, he did submit a business occupancy.
that's what it's called,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I don't know if you're thinking about this right now, you might want to talk to him about a Knox box also.
Yeah, I can do it off.
Okay.
I'm not, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a smaller business, so I'm not all that concerned about that, just as long as, like, so if we get a fire alarm activation there, I'm always gonna wanna make entry into the building. So as long as that, we can get a hold of somebody, the problem is a lot of times we can't get a hold of people to come and respond and let us in the building. So then we have to
Force entry.
force entry, and sometimes that causes some damage, so. There are ways around that, there is,
Yeah.
I can stop in and talk to
If
you
it's
about.
smoking, kick the door in.
I can stop and talk to you about, a lockbox, call it Knox box system. It's pretty affordable. It's only about $450. And it's a secured system where only, we would have access to it, from the fire department on.
Uh-huh.
So I can come in and I can talk to you about it.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'd be open to that.
Just one other question I have. Planning any additional lighting other than what's there now?
No.
Okay.
No, I have, there's like one in the corner that kind of like shines the whole like parking lot. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Is there any public concerns or comments? Okay. With that, a motion would be in order?
I member Fedowitz make the motion to approve the special use permit
With the speculation.
with the speculation,
Stipulation.
Stipulations.
Move the dumpster.
the stipulation to move the dumpster.
And then clean. the-
Are we corralling the dumpster too, or no?
Yes.
So
That's
create a
required by
dumpster,
permit.
corral, and move the
Yeah.
dumpster, and clean up the parking lot, the backside of the building.
A maximum
Okay.
10 cars per side.
Maximum 6-car sale.
Thank you.
Correct. Okay, is there a second
I'll second.
on a motion by member Federowicz, seconded by member Soha to Make a recommendation to the village board to approve the special use permit with the stipulations. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Member Soha?
Yes.
Member Federowitz?
Yes.
Member Matusik?
Yes.
Member Spencer?
Yes.
Chairman Maciuski?
Yes. Motion is carried. Good luck. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
The second item on the agenda is for the property at 6199 Transit. We have the legal notice part for the submission.
6199 Trans Road, application submitted by David Stutz of Labella Associates PC on behalf of Michael Shriver, owner of Bison Billiards of 6199 Transit Road, Depew, New York. They are requesting the following: site plan approval for the operation of new 15,670 square foot billiards hall. The zoning for this property is C2 Shopping Center District.
Thank you. Gentlemen, for the record, state your name and your relationship to the project, please.
My name is David Stutz. I am a civil engineer for LaBella Associates. With me is Michael Schreiber.
Michael Shriver, owner of Bison Billiards.
Okay, could you give us a overview of what you are proposing?
Yes, so the project itself, the building is going to be interior renovation only, no structural, no outside changes to the facade or the rear of the building. And it's currently a medical facility that has all kinds of interior walls and partitions, some medical beds, some testing facilities, stuff like that. We're planning on gutting the entire interior of the building. And then the floor plan that you show, and we're going to be incorporating a 15,000 square foot pool hall that's going to have 40 tables, a brand new bar, a couple more bathrooms. And we're also going to need to have our sprinkler system brought in, so we're going to have a new 4-inch water line coming in from Transit Road. So because of the A3 assembly, we're going to require that. So we're going to have that put in as well. Parking, currently the park.
Before we forget, Chief, stores connection?
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna, for the connection, fire department connection outside of the building, make sure that it's a 5-inch Storks connection. A lot of the ones that you'll see on the businesses are the 2.5-inch Siamese. We need a 5-inch Storks.
Right now, we were going to propose a 4-inch inside the building.
Well, yeah, but there's gotta be a fire department connection on the outside of the building.
Oh, you need, okay.
Yeah. So it's gotta be a 5-inch Storks. It's fine if it's 4-inch on the inside, but it's gotta be converted to 5-inch on the outside, so we can make our connection from one of our engines to the sprinkler system.
Okay, we'll let David know about that. Okay.
So 5-inch STORZ stores.
T-O-R-Z.
STORZ
Connection?
connection. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but while you mentioned that.
Yeah. as long as-
No, that's fine, because like I said, it's, all right, so 5-inch storage connection outside the
I don't wanna
building.
forget, like,
So it's gonna, the water connection plans are coming in the west wall closest to Transit. And that's where we're gonna be putting the VCDA inside the building in the corner of that area as well, too.
Okay, yeah.
And then they're gonna have the vertical DCAJ, then it'll run the sprinkler system throughout the building. On that. And you want something outside for a connection?
Yeah, so we
Almost
can-
like a standpipe type thing?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Correct.
Gotcha, okay.
But if we didn't specify it, they would probably end up putting a 2.5-inch Siamese.
I gotcha, okay. No,
Been there.
that's no problem, we can make that work. So we're gonna come out of the building with a 5-inch and then it'll be fine, so, all right. Continuing on, like I said, the interior renovation is just gonna be all cosmetic, nothing structural. We're gonna have some new walls, new partitions, stuff like that for the various things. We are adding some new bathrooms, one for the employees, one more for the males, and we're renovating a couple, two that are in there for the females. In regards to the parking, as I said before, currently there's striping for 38 spaces out front. We are proposing 16 in the rear to give us 54 total. We are adding one additional handicap to meet the ADA code, so we're going to have 3 handicap along with those included in those 54. Other than that, we are proposing, there's a dumpster back there now, we are proposing a fence that goes between the corner of the building to the residential fence to block off the area between U-Haul and our property. And that's where the dumpster is going to be located. The best place for it is right there. We want to put it out front or anywhere else So we figured
So
leave it.
basically, you're leaving it where it is, but making the corral.
Yeah, it's not so much a corral, it's gonna be a new fence that goes from the back of the building to the rear property line, and then we're gonna clean up that back area with new pavement. We're gonna have 2 bollards put in and the dumpster be in front of it. So basically, it will be screened from the building and the neighbors and everything. But it's not gonna be sitting in an actual corral with a gate.
Okay. And I know you've got in your submittal, but those ballards by the gas meters.
Yes.
That's-
Yeah,
That's very
there's-
important, very, very.
No, I caught that when I did my site analysis. I don't know, maybe there's no but. So we're adding bollards to that, protect that gas meter in there. There's also existing bollards around. We think it's a sanitary vault in back. I'm not sure. We haven't looked at that yet. We're gonna have the contractor investigate that to see what is in back there, next to the overhead door is back there. Lighting right now, there's 2 wall packs on the rear of the building shining down, one over the garage door, one over the far end emergency door. And then there is one on the west wall, and then sconces along the front, both front sides of the building. We're not adding additional lighting to the place. We're gonna leave it as is. We don't think we need any additional lighting for the project.
Okay. Well, you gentlemen were in the pre-meeting.
Yeah.
You heard, well, my concern, but everybody else also, with the adjoining residential property that backs up to you from Linden Drive. Do you think there's going to be any issues with noise, or, I mean, I guess back up a little bit, what's going to be your hours of operation?
Hours of operation are Sunday through Thursday, 1 o'clock till midnight. Friday and Saturday, noon till 1 in the morning. Back parking is going to be probably 90% employees only. And we won't need all those spots, but we do want them there because it's going to be, I'll probably have some snow back there as well, because there's not a lot of areas to put the snow in that area. As far as noise, there won't be any noise back there. My business is very controlled. We have a great crowd there. We have an established crowd for 17 years. I have no police interaction. We do real well there. The first 3 years, it wasn't like that. It took a while I threw out 88 people the first 3 years, and my wife thought I was nuts because we didn't make any money, but we have the crowd in there that's really nice now. We have 73 leagues that play out of there, or teams that play each week. So I have over 500 people that play Monday through Thursday, and it's like a family, actually. We have 22% women in our league, so it's very family friendly. So we've never had a problem with noise or issues like that.
Okay.
I don't expect any, especially keeping the parking back there to employees.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said you were putting in a bar. Is that going to be like a full-service bar? Or is it just
We serve beer and wine only.
beer and wine only?
Yes,
Okay.
I've had that from the beginning. It was an easy way to control it in the beginning, and it's all we really need, actually. I know there's a lot more money with whiskey, but there's also comes other things. We don't have armed guards as some places do, and we've never needed it. So we like the atmosphere we have, and we're going to keep it like that. We have a big food menu as well.
And no plans for any kind of music venue?
No, we have a jukebox, and we have music that plays in between, but it's at a minimal because most pool players, they like the background music, but it's not like a concert. We don't do that.
Okay. Very good. Questions from the board? Anything?
No. I think the answer.
Legal? Sam?
Nothing for me on this one.
No, that was a pool hall way back, right?
Pardon me?
That was a pool, part of that building was a pool hall.
Not the one, I think, well, before this building was up.
No, that was when the cousins, 3 cousins, was it?
Cousins 3, but that was more of a nightclub. There was,
No,
Was
on
it?
the end of that
It wasn't
parcel,
the same building though, was it?
next to Dubell's. Remember when
Yes, there was
Dubell's
a
was there?
little-
There was a
yes,
pool hall,
yes,
was the first
yes.
place,
Well,
the
yeah,
first
it was-
parcel there.
There was 22 pool halls in Erie and Niagara County at one
Yeah.
point.
The reason why I remember, I was very young, and it was the first place around that I could walk to that had a Space Invaders game. That's why I'm very
A little
aware.
bit there, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, they serve.
and actually, as you heard, in the pre-board meeting, the building was an entertainment venue on and
Bar,
off for
yeah.
quite a few years, so. it's-
Your code allowed for that, so.
Code enforcement, Don, Kate?
No, we addressed everything in the plan review that we've done so far and the conversations we had, so I don't have any issues with what they're doing.
And it's existing, so engineering had nothing, right? Okay. Chief, fire department?
Just same thing. I could stop in and talk to you guys about maybe getting a Knox box put on the front of it.
There you go.
And that's all you do is just contact Knox Company, fill out the application, they send it to me as the fire chief, I approve it, and then they send you your Knox box. It's probably about the size of my phone. You mount it with a couple bolts at the front of the whatever door you want us to make access to, and then put the key. You call me out once it's mounted. I lock it up. Put the keys in there. I lock it up. The only ones that have access to it are myself and any of the assistant fire chiefs, which right now there's only one. And we got to fill out a form every year with Knox for security purposes, saying who has those keys, so that if those keys ever came up missing and your building was broken into, they'd be able to say, well, there's only A, B, and C, these people that could have accessed the building with those keys. So, and they cost about $450, so.
That's mainly for in case of fire, you have to.
Yeah, so,
take the building down to win,
yeah, exactly,
like
because honestly, I don't, as the fire chief, I just don't feel comfortable if we get a fire alarm activation and there's no visible smoke or fire, and we just do a 360 of the building and say, and look in through the glass and say, okay, there's nothing there. Because a lot of times it could be an electrical fire, which will burn for hours and hours and hours before it actually takes off, or a trash can fire in the bathroom or something like that. And if I like to make entry in every building, so, especially commercial. So if we can't get a hold of a key holder, in the next case, we wouldn't need a key holder because we'd have access to it after hours and we'd be able to get in there, and then we'd re-secure the building on the way out,
Would you prefer it in the back where the employee entrance is going to be, or do you want it in front?
I would prefer it in the front. That'd probably be easiest for us, to be honest with you. And that's just for peace of mind for you, because we will, if we can't get a hold of a key holder and there's no Knox box, we will make entry. We always try to do minimal damage, but we will make entry.
Well, the front's going to have a double door system. That's the reason why I was saying the back's going to have a single door system.
If you want it, if it's easier for you to put it in the back, I'm okay with that.
I just figured it'd be easier for you to get in quicker because of the double door system.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
up front.
back, then somebody can walk through and always let the
Right.
crews in through the front.
And all the controls are going to be right within that area anyways. That's why.
All right.
So.
Sounds like a plan. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I just want to chime in a little bit on that. I'm a past fire chief also, and yeah, probably one of the worst things is waiting for a key holder, as the chief said. And even it's going to be helpful for yourself, because now you get the call that, oh, the fire alarm's going off. You're maybe in the middle of doing something else. You got to stop. You got to try to rush over there. And as the chief said, I had one that was a frequent flyer that refused to show up, and after we busted the door down, they showed up after that, so.
I like this idea. This is the first time hearing of it. I'd much rather have it this way than putting a hole somewhere.
Yeah, it makes it easier on both ends, the fire department and yourself.
And I'm 20 minutes away.
Yeah,
so.
there's big calls throughout the country years ago. Actually, Buffalo had one many years ago. It ended up being a fatal fire. They went there on 8 different occasions throughout a 20-hour period. Finally, and the first 7 times there was nothing showing. The 8th time they got there, they had alarms, active alarms for everyone. The 8th time they got there, there was actual visible fire, and it ended up being a big working fire in a commercial building, and a firefighter actually ended up dying. So it's back in the late 80s. It does happen. Like I said, I want to make entry, and I want to verify that there really is nothing going on.
Okay.
So,
Anything else, chief?
no, thank you, Chief.
I do have one question. Did you make a decision on the rear parking? We're okay keeping it as this, as we're going with employees and stuff, so.
I think with the stipulation that would be employees parking, I think that would be, when we take the vote, would be one of the stipulations.
As long as that fence is impeccably maintained.
Yes.
Yep, all right, good.
Are there any public concerns or comments? If not, a motion is in order.
I, Member Matusek, make a motion, make a recommendation to the village board to accept the site plans as submitted with the following stipulations: that the employees only are allowed to park in the back lot, and that the fencing in the back, as building code said, must be impeccably maintained, meaning nice and orderly.
Is there a second? Second. On a motion by Member Matuzak, seconded by Member Spencer, to make a recommendation to the village board to accept the site plan as submitted with these stipulations. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Member Soha?
Yes.
Member Federowitz?
Yes.
Member Matusek?
Yes.
Member Spencer?
Yes.
Member Maciejewski?
Yes. 5 yes, motion's carried. good luck. and
Thank you.
Looks like a nice proposal, and hopefully everything works out for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I expect you all to come and see it.
I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not much of a pool player, but if you got a good menu, I know you.
Yeah.
I'll probably be there.
A lot of us aren't much of a but we think we are, but we just have fun.
Are you having a grand opening?
We probably will have a grand opening, yes.
Okay.
We're trying to make it where I'm not paying double rent too long. you know,
Yeah.
So with the move and everything else.
What's your
but-
timeframe?
We're looking at, half of it is leased, half is done already, half is leased until October 31st. My GC's coming in November 1st with his crews, and he's not taking any jobs for the next 3 months, and he's gonna gut it out. So we're looking hopefully to open up March 1st, but with construction and delays, probably April 1st.
Good, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is for the property located at 5822 Transit Road. Could we have the legal part of the proposal?
5822 Transit Road. Application submitted by David Blackman Esquire on behalf of Myson Darwish for property located at 5822 Transit Road, Depew, New York. They're requesting the following: a special use permit for the operation of an automotive repair shop and automotive sales. The zoning for this property is C2 Shopping Center District.
Thank you. So for the record, could you state your names and your relationship to the project, please?
Joe Darwish. I'm going to be running the business, and my mom is the owner of the property.
Mason Darwish.
Okay.
I'm David Blackman. I'm the legal counsel for the two.
Okay, could you give us an overview of what you are proposing, please?
So pretty much it's going to be an auto repair, mix of everything, a little bit of car sales, a little bit of auto repair, a little bit of tires, all together. Pretty much that's about it, just those three things.
Okay, so when you're saying tires, how much of your business is going to be tire oriented?
It's hard to say, it's a week by week thing depending on what the community needs, but I would say maybe around 40%.
What are you proposing for storage of your used tires?
We have indoor storage in the rear of the building. We have, I don't know if you have the site plan, you have two garages up front for where the car's gonna be worked on. Then the rear of the building, there was the previous owner made a extension. As long as the whole building, we're gonna be putting some of our tires there. And any garbage tires, we get rid of them on a weekly to bi-weekly basis, and it won't be in any eye of the people on the street, probably be in the back somewhere.
Because that's been a big concern in the village of Depew with used tires being stored and stacked, and next thing you know, we get 50, 60, 70 tires, and that is one thing that we will not let fly anymore.
Yeah, so you're talking about the garbage tires?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be moving, right now I have a shop in Buffalo, and we have someone that comes and takes it like every week to 2 weeks on and that's like consistent. It's usually, depending on how busy they are also, but it's usually weekly to bi-weekly.
Okay. And your days and hours of operation that you're proposing?
9 a.m. to 6 p.m., maybe 9 to 5, but that's our other hours, 9 to 6.
Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday?
Monday through Saturday, I would say.
Saturday.
Maybe Saturday, 10 to 5.
Okay, there was a lot of questions on your site plan itself, as far as the handicap parking, number of customer parking spaces, number of spaces for vehicle sales. Don and Kate, you want to elaborate on that part of it a little bit?
So, one of the problems we had with the previous owners is that they did not comply with the amount of vehicles that they originally specified. So we basically had to shut them down. And we don't like doing that. We're very business friendly here, but we kind of need to have a better understanding of what is going to be your actual customer parking here and how many cars you're actually going to have on the lot for sale.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
We had talked about handicap parking here, but it's already designated over here.
Which is fine. You could do either or. You don't have more than 25 spaces, so you're not required to. But we're still trying to get an understanding of where your cars are gonna be parked for your customers and how many of these spaces that you have designated here will be for auto sales.
Okay, so as you see on the left side of the building, am I holding this the right way? Yeah, the left side of the building, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces. And then you have 2 on the corner, then you have 2 on the right side of the building. The one on the right side of the building is supposed to be for the handicap, that's closest to the
Yep,
entrance.
we see that.
There's another parking spot right across, right in front of it for the customer. And then on the left, where the big parking spots were supposed to be for car sales. But right now, we don't even have the capital to buy this many cars, but we're hoping at one point we could have about 10 cars. We're not looking to go more than 10 cars. And in the beginning, it might only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars for the first year or two, because we don't have the capital to buy a bunch of cars. And then we would use that spots also for customers also. You see the front spots would probably make it for car sales, and the 5 right behind it would probably
So you're talking about 3 and 4 up front there, next to the sign?
3 and 4 would be, I was thinking there maybe car sales. And you see the 5, 6 through 13, that could be a mix of car sales and customers. On top of number 2, which is also for a customer, number 1 is for handicap.
Okay, so your spots on 11, spots 11 and 13, you've got that obviously in pen showing that as a handicap spot?
Actually, I discussed it with the code enforcement officer at that time, not realizing that the handicap were already on the right-hand
Okay.
side. So those would be converted back to give the parking for the customers or for the sales.
Okay, so you didn't mention, and that was a concern, because in your submittal, you did say 10 to 20 cars, possibly 30, which that's not going to fly.
That was just if it was allowed. That
Yeah,
was
that's,
Yeah, so there's a specific provision on code, and the customer parking has to be what is allowable under the code, and then anything above that can be in the discretion of this board approved for used car sales. We have a bit of a history in this village of used car lots being overrun with cars and it creating a headache for the code enforcement department, so.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
We don't plan on doing that much. We're really mixed. We're not like solely gonna be car sales. We're a really mixed shop. We're gonna offer a few things. What do you wanna say, Mom?
I wanted to know what's the maximum to have cars on the property.
It depends on the specific site plan, so I don't know what is their.
So when you actually do the
requirement?
business occupancy, you have to have a layout of the inside of the building, all right, and then show your handicap parking stuff on an actual proper site plan by a design professional. He should be able to tell you how many customer parking spaces. Part of the problem is, and I know you're just getting started, but business tends, if you do good work, to grow quickly. And you may have 20 cars there that are lined up to be repaired. Now you still need customer parking, now you still need the spots for your sales. So we try to pin this down so that, you understand that you can't have 20 cars being serviced, 20 cars for sale, and still need customer parking for people pulling up to the,
Understandable.
So,
the type of business we're into quick repairs, like brakes, rotors, suspension work, control alarms, tire rods, things like that don't take long. Most of our jobs are in or out, and that's why most people come to us is because of quick, fast service. We're not looking to do any engine repairs, transmission repairs, nothing of that sort.
No collision work,
No collision work whatsoever.
no painting.
No painting.
Okay.
But is there a limit? Because I remember when I was coming to do my research before I bid on the property, I was told from one of your guys, 30, it was the limit on the property?
There's no hard number, it depends on the
it
specific.
depends on what it
property.
is you're actually doing. If you were just doing car sales and nothing else, you might be able to get 30 on here, but again, you're not just doing that, you're doing other things, so that's why we're trying to get a hard, fast number where you think you're gonna be. And at any time in the future, if you feel that you could accommodate more vehicles, you could always come back in front of this board and ask for more parking spaces,
Okay.
That's
or
not
sales spaces.
We're not looking for much, to be honest.
We're beginners.
Yeah, no, I understand. We just don't want it to get overrun because we've had this happen
No,
so many
understandable.
times.
Very
And the
much.
last thing I want to do is send you a violation letter, I'll stop and I'll talk to you first and see what's happening, and we try to work things out, but we've had some obstinate people that we've had to send violation letters and deal with them the hard way, and we don't like doing that.
Well,
So I don't know if
very
you-
well
I don't-
aware of the
Go ahead.
previous owner to overwhelm the entire property.
Yes.
And that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if you saw that property when it was a used car dealership. It was
It
overwhelmed.
was bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they were
Inspectors.
grandfathered in because they
Yeah,
were
it
there
was-
so
it was
long. But we would never allow that many cars there again.
Yeah,
That
no.
that was terrible, it was an eyesore. I know you're showing on here, you're gonna redo some of the parking, you're gonna reseal it, restripe it.
Yeah,
Some of the vegetation, that's gotta get cleaned up too.
yes.
And the fence doesn't need to be replaced, but it needs some TLC. There's a couple broken pieces and a coat of stain or a coat of paint, just to freshen that up.
That's not a problem, as long as we're allowed to. Is that our fence or the neighbor's fence? I don't know.
Well, so this is the rub. It may be yours, it may be theirs, but the burden is on you to maintain the buffer between commercial and residential. You're surrounded by residential.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, if they take the fence down, you have to put a fence up, or shrubs. There's different requirements, but it's up to the commercial business to maintain the buffer between commercial and residential properties.
That's not a problem. I run a nice shop. I try to be as clean as I can. I do want to stand out, so I'm looking to be clean, nice, and I want to make money. You know what I mean? No one wants to go to that dirty, greasy shop anymore. People like to, and I live in the neighborhood. I live in Lancaster, so it's not just my shop; it's my neighborhood. On top of that, would you guys want in the future, maybe if we could build some more fences on the side of the building to help with eyesore, any of that matter? Not that
So
I'm looking
that's,
to do it right
that,
away.
you could
but-
file just a permit for something like that.
Yeah.
All right, you know, you talk to the neighbors, if you want something that's perfectly symmetrically matching, talk to the neighbors, say, hey, look, take your fences down, I'll put up a brand new fence, so it's, you know, more sightly for everyone.
Yeah.
A lot of times, they're not gonna argue with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those people on that side just, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago bought that house because I live in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And that kind of was an eyesore, and they're really, it looks like they're trying to clean it up, which is nice.
Yeah, I think I've met him once. He came to one of my family shops before, and he was even talking about maybe in the future selling part of the property if he wanted to. He brought it up. I told him I don't even own the property yet. We'll see.
So you have a shop in the city?
Yes.
Are you gonna continue to operate both shops?
Well, my brother is my brother currently operates that shop, and I'm gonna operate their shop.
Okay, very good. And I think, Don made a good point. As you heard for the other proposal, we did set a limit on the number of vehicles for sale, and that's gonna happen under years too. But like Don said, and that was a very good point, you're there for a year and things are looking good, the place is kept up, and you think there's room where you could expand, just put another submittal in and we'll take a look at it.
That'd be great. If that's good, that means business is good.
Okay, questions from the board?
It goes for you.
I do want to note, I am going to recuse on this. Customer of mine.
Okay.
I will say I deal with their other shop, and they do keep things pretty nice.
Thank you.
So I don't think, I think the concerns that we have, I think they'll be met, no problem at all.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Any other questions from the board?
So when you're talking about the tires that you have, like the old tires, how many, like number-wise, usually you have once a week, bi-weekly, that they have to get picked up?
It really depends on how the business is doing. My other shop, maybe we do about, I'd say, every time it gets picked up, maybe around 100 tires, and we lace them up and we keep them. But that's like every 2 weeks. That's another shop that's very busy. This shop might not be as busy, but I will keep it out of view, whatever it is. And I will try, if I have to do weekly, if I have to talk to the guy, do weekly and have 50 tires out there, then I'll do that.
Okay.
But you said you're gonna have them in the back of the shop?
I was thinking of lacing them maybe in the back of the building, the garbage tires, and if I keep any good tires inside the building, there's a whole, like, I don't know if you see on the plan, you see where the divider is in the back? Right here. Do you mind if I walk up?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, come up.
So, over here's the building. These are 2 bays, and back here is the other part of the building where I would store the tires. I don't know if the line should be here maybe, because this is probably the backyard, right?
Yeah.
Then there's a wall right here. that goes
Okay.
across this half of the building.
And it's just a storage area?
It's just a storage area, there's nothing in
So
there.
this is the entire footprint of your.
Yeah, and there's a, I don't know if you could see here, there's actually a door for the side of the building also. But that door, we won't really be using it for vehicles, because I plan to use that back.
While you're up here, we have a small issue which is maybe administrative, maybe more substantive, in that your handicap spot seems to jump from 7 to 11 on different plans, and there's not one on that plan.
He did address that.
It is right there, he didn't
I'm
notice
sorry.
it, it said HC,
Uh-huh.
that was what the engineer made it, he chose it there, and my lawyer put it there because he didn't know there was already one.
Okay, no,
Okay, but
just because
see-
there's, I'm saying something different.
Yeah, it
There's
could-
one marked here on 7, the rest of the plans have it
I
on,
was kind of in a rush.
13.
'cause I was
Okay,
Trying to meet the.
so I just want to make the record clear, it's 11 then.
No.
No, it's one.
No, it's one?
So these
So
aren't-
these two,
These
these two are
aren't
not
here
handicap at all.
Over here.
so that's your
All
only handicap spot, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
look away from all the numbered spaces.
Yes, that's,
It's just the one on the
All right.
right-hand side.
yeah. No, I saw that, yes.
sorry about that.
We were trying to
No problem, we've all been
understand
there.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, Sam.
now that you've mentioned the tires, that you're gonna have them, one of the biggest problems we have is we don't want them right up against the property line or directly against the building in the event there is a fire. I don't know if you've ever seen a tire fire, a large tire fire is very hard to put out. Usually causes a lot of damage before it goes out. So that's why we usually require some type of a dumpster corral or something, or a tire corral.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
In Buffalo, we're allowed to, and they're all over transit, almost every single big shop on transit, if you go back of the building, there is a metal container. That's what a lot of people use.
Well, yeah, as long as you have something to keep it out of sight and basically out of harm's way so that kids don't start a fire back there, and we don't want it catching vehicles, fences, other properties, or your building on fire.
Okay, no, that's very understandable, and I don't mind getting a metal container, and I don't think the city would mind, because almost every single facility, if you drive any dealership at the back of the dealership, you're gonna see a big metal container.
Oh, you're talking about a storage container?
Storage container.
Okay, so those are against our code, but being that this is what it is, you'd have to file a variance, and I'm pretty sure they'd probably allow something like that.
Okay, I
But
would,
I think that is an excellent idea to use a storage container.
I think that's an excellent idea also.
Keeps it away from vandalism.
With us,
Yeah.
in my office. We'll handle that as part of when you submit the rest of your blueprints and everything for your shop,
For
then.
now, I could keep them on the inside, if that's what the city would like for now, nothing outside.
Well, yeah, you'd never get over the 10,000 square feet to trigger anything. So, yeah, that'd be fine until you get that handled.
No problem.
Okay?
Anything else from the board members? Okay, code enforcement. Don, Kate, you're up again.
Yeah, I think, do you have any questions? I think they answered everything
No,
we
I
would
like
be worried about.
I like the separate tire storage. We still gotta pick a number about the vehicles for sale. Other than that, I'm happy with the parking situation. I'm happy that what was a giant, thorn in our side has the potential to become something lucrative for you, successful for the village.
I would hope so, and our prices are usually very fair. A lot of people in Lancaster might have money, but there's a lot of people who don't have a lot of money and prefer affordable pricing, cheaper shops, and that's something that I think the area is missing. There's a lot of big brands, big franchises, and, there's no more little guys anymore. We're just trying to,
You're right.
trying to make it.
Member Spencer, you had a question.
Just in your planning for your parking, you're gonna be a registered used car dealer. Remember, you have the dedicated areas that are required by DMV that are for your display your vehicles only, not either or. They're supposed to be when you do that license, so. So when you do
I
your
didn't
drawing,
understand.
make sure you
Okay, so
allocate those.
I can't have the other vehicles next to it, or?
No, I'm just saying, when you, I know this is kind of out of the realm of this, but when you do your motor vehicle used dealer license, you're required to have a certain number of spaces dedicated to your used car sales. So when-
Okay.
So you're saying we got all these 15 spaces, but if 4 of them are already taken by your requirement to have them for your used car dealership, you kind of eliminated 4 more. So it's just basically
Okay.
a drawing on your sheet.
Thank you, John.
Yep.
There was nothing from engineering, correct?
So Don, do we have enough knowledge to know how many spaces can be approved tonight? Because I think it's hard to look at this special use permit request and leave it open-ended. I think we need to define the number, and we could leave it to come back to us if you are ready to
Well,
do
the
more.
thing is, he's got this drawn pretty good, and it looks like he has a plethora of room there. You know, I think he's cutting himself short at 14.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing saying he can't take this up to 10 feet from this side lot line, so he could probably fit another six cars in there without affecting the fire lane behind the building on this side or the front.
Even the front, and we took that in consideration to not put too many in the front also to look better.
Yeah.
You know,
So, but like I'm thinking right now, you could add 6 more to this as it is right now, and we wouldn't have a problem with it from the code stance. So you have 14 on here now, you could bump it up to 20 car spaces, and then you deem how many you are gonna deem for.
So you're saying
For sale.
exactly the opposite of what I was hoping
I know
you
where you
would
were-
say.
I know where you were coming
So
from.
in the letter of intent, it's very broad. It says 10 to 20 vehicles, and then it could be up to 30 vehicles. But we have a plan with 14. My advice would be, if you want to approve it for 14, and you can, you know, as we've made clear, come back with a plan for more, and I think this board would be receptive of that. But for
How many of
tonight,
those are you gonna dedicate to?
Well, right, would you approve
Sales.
14 when you also need
I think it's,
customer parking? too?
well, that's
Like-
what I was asking you. With the 14 on this, does he have enough for parking? This is,
So you have,
the thrust of the application is how many people,
The
yeah.
only reason we put 30 is because when I came here and I asked the inspector, he told me not, because you guys had
Right.
issues with the previous guy.
how about we meet in the middle, just so we'll be safe and we don't have to come back 20?
My only goal here is to make sure the record is clear and we understand what you're asking for and confirm it complies with our local laws.
Yeah, my
So-
only concern is if you have 20 cars, you have all your parking spaces filled.
Right.
Where are your customers?
Oh, no, I meant 20 including customers.
Right, so-
14, 15 is.
So we're talking about, I think the plan shows for 14 sales spots, right? That's what we're talking about?
no, 14 spots altogether.
14
Oh.
altogether.
So if you say right now, 6 are for, car sales, you know, that still leaves 8 for customer parking and for, the handicap parking and also for employees.
Instead of a number, can you do percentages? Like if he's got 15 parking spaces, 50% of it can be used sales?
Not under, I don't think under our code.
And John just said that you gotta designate what's.
Well, he's got to designate, right? So, but if you designate 50%, that meets the DMV required amount, right?
Well, there's
No.
four spaces required to have the.
Yeah, so 50% of 14 is 7, so it meets the requirement.
Right,
And
so-
it's our requirement of
But
having
we're doing all the
designated
other
parking for
places.
sales and designated
So we
parking
have a
for
clear
customers.
record. Let's make it easy for the applicants tonight. Don, what is the most sales spots that you can approve with this drawing tonight?
How many bays do you have there?
2 bays in the front and 1 bay in the side that's not really gonna be used.
Are they 2 bays deep, or is it just?
No, they're
car?
they're 1 car.
So
each.
3, I think you get 2 for each bay, so that would be 6 for repair.
The one, in-
He's not using one of them for repair.
But you still
for
got
the
6
cars,
bays, we
yeah.
can still call it.
so for the third bay, it is double, it's the whole building. The one on the side goes down the whole building, so if you wanna count that as 2, you could probably count that as 2, so it'd be 4.
4 bays.
Yeah, so 4 bays, so you're looking at 8 parking spaces just for car repair. Now, how many employees are you gonna have?
Employees, we're gonna have, for now, me and maybe 1 guy.
So that's 2 more spaces, so you're at 10 right there. That leaves you 4.
One's got to be handicap. Well, the handicap's over there, but.
Yeah, well,
But that's counted. as a
Four.
number.
So an alternative, because we can only approve what's in front of us. Well, I don't approve anything. I don't vote. I just talk.
So you have the best job.
Is you could ask us to adjourn this. You can come back at probably the next meeting if there's publication time, revise the drawing to include all the sales spots you want, work with Don to pin down that number and figure out exactly what it is. I think you saw earlier tonight, it was very precise with the drawing we saw with, 6 sales spots, that's what it's gonna be, this is where the customers are gonna go, and that's what this board needs to see. Otherwise, it sounds like, Don, were you getting to approving maybe 4 sales spots tonight?
yes.
And, certainly come back if you want to expand it with a new drawing. But I think that's what this board would be stuck with this plan. Feel free to disagree with me.
No, I agree.
go-
I agree.
Right now.
I'm sorry?
It's 12, well, you have the 6 through 13 on the side, 14 on the side of the building, and then you have the 2 on the 3 and 4 in the front.
And being with that one garage is actually storage and it's on the side of the building, can we take that out the equation for this?
Yes, I'm just saying, this is what you can go up to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make you understand that, you could have up to 8 spaces dedicated for repair. You still need customer parking for people that are coming in to talk to you and stuff.
But what I'm saying is, we calculated 8 because the one in the rear,
Yes.
which really is not,
So you don't have to, I'm saying you can go up to 8. If you want to just say, okay, I'm gonna use 2 bays for this, there's nothing wrong with that, so that would leave you.
then we could go
4.
up. No, then you say we'll go up more because there's 14.
You would go up another 4.
It'd go up another 2, I think, or something like that, right? Because if we got 2 bays.
You're talking spaces though, you only show 14 spaces on here. You should have showed more spaces for more vehicles.
No, I think part of the issue we said, because we're counting the garage doors, right? You said how many cars are we gonna need for customers?
Yeah, so you
Yes.
need 2 spaces per bay. If you get rid of that third bay, which is a double bay,
So
then
you
you've
only
only
need
got 2
4.
bays, so you only need 4 for
That's for
customers,
existing
2
cars.
for employees. So you only need 6 spots for customer and employee parking. The rest, which would be 8 as this drawing
Minus 1 for
shows.
handicap, so you could put 7
Yeah.
cars for sale,
So,
the way you have it right now.
does that work with you guys, with the board?
7 cars for sale. Don, if you're saying that this plan supports that, that's my point is.
Or do we table it, he does a new drawing?
Well, that would be up to you.
where
You could
there's
ask
less
us to vote on this
questions.
the way it sits at the 7 car sales and the rest for customer parking and for your repair bays. Or you could table it for 30 days, revise this drawing so that they have a better understanding of what you're doing here.
I'd rather do it with the 7, because I don't plan on really doing much more than that.
Great.
For a long time to come,
And then again, if you do want to, you can always resubmit.
of course. So I'm fine with what's
We
in
ask
front
for
of us.
public concerns or comments?
We haven't got that far yet.
And the light-
Anything else from code enforcement? Don, Kate?
No.
guys?
No.
Fire department chief?
Standpoint, we are in contract already, and all the title work is being finished up.
Good.
So it should be closing, I'm guessing, within the next 3 weeks or so.
And that's another reason why I don't want to extend it another 30 days.
Understandable. Chief?
For fire, just here again, just maybe consider the Knox box, like I talked about the last 2 businesses before you. I can stop in once you open up and drop that information off to you. And,
I'm definitely okay with that.
Yeah.
Whatever makes
because I'd rather do that
more
than
safer.
have to break your door down and everything else, right?
Not
Cause
just that,
damages.
whatever makes the town more safer, I'm okay with that.
Plus, you don't have to
Well,
open up at 3.
it saves you from someone kicking your door in case of an emergency.
Plus, you don't have to get
Very
woken.
expensive.
Plus, you don't have to get woken up at 3:00 in the morning.
I'm
'Cause like I said, whether it's just a fire alarm activation and it's a faulty malfunction in the system, or whether it's a real fire, we are making entry one way or another to confirm.
No problem. If you guys ever need some volunteers, I'm open for that too.
All right. Well, that'll
Take you up on that one.
All right.
Careful what you wish for.
We'll take you up on that.
It's my
Any public
town,
concerns or
it's-
comments?
It's not a different town, it's my town. Our
Okay, with that, a motion would be in order?
I guess I Mr. Member Spencer, make a motion and make a recommendation to the village board to accept the site plans as submitted with the following stipulations. 7 sales spot, or what was the maximum, 7 sales spots, and the rest of the parking is
Customer, employee.
customer, employee, and handicap, plus with the tire containment, or
It's a variance, right?
does that would have to be added on?
No, that'll be taken care of by code enforcement.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
The tires,
Yeah,
that'll
but
be
we'll
taken.
deal with that with the
Some
plan review for to
stipulation.
meet the state requirements.
The, just cleaning up of the property and the fence.
Correct, maintaining the barrier between the residential.
Okay, is there a second?
I remember Matusek, second it.
Okay, on a motion by member Spencer, seconded by member Matuzak to make a recommendation to the village board to grant the special use permit for the automotive repair shop and automotive sales with the stipulations as stated. Can Could we have a roll call, please?
Member Soha?
I have recused.
Member Federowitz?
Yes.
Member Matusik?
Yes.
Member Spencer?
Yes.
Member Machieski?
Yes. 4-4, the motion is carried. Good luck, and again, in the future, if you feel you want to expand, just resubmit. But good luck with your business.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Council, appreciate everybody.
Appreciate your time tonight.
Anytime.
I'll be in touch.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay,
Motion by
everybody-
Member Federowitz, second by Member Soha to adjourn the meeting at 8:03 PM. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.